Thank you for the introduction. So yes, we did have a good day yesterday on the ASX. We released some geophysical results at our Mount Fisher project, and it shows that what we have in our suite at Rocks is not only an outstanding gold asset at UME, but we also have some outstanding exploration assets also. So in 2024, that is our key focus, is to advance this UME gold project. It has 2.3 million ounces of gold at 4.4 grams a tonne. This is the highest grade junior gold developer on the ASX at this point in time, now that Bellevue luckily have moved into production. Importantly, we've increased the indicated component of this resource by 48% in the underground, which will form the key part of our studies moving forward. We're expecting that we'll be able to get a 700,000 to 800,000 tonne per annum style underground mine out of this operation in the future, and that'll go a long way to really establishing ourselves as a potential for a mid-tier mining company. The pre-feasibility study will be due out in June, and that'll highlight the high-grade nature of this project. Met test work is underway now, and we're looking to produce a high-grade gold concentrate, or whether we go down the path of doré on site. We've got regional and near mine exploration opportunities also. So the near mine exploration target of 1 to 1.8 million ounces highlights that this is a significantly mineralised system. We understand the structural architecture of this project, and we've spent a lot of time developing our understanding of this ore body, and now we're ready to exploit that. The regional area is still coming together, and now we have 100% ownership of what is a highly prospective gold belt. It has allowed us to look at further opportunities outside there. We're also looking at alternative funding opportunities to minimise the dilution for our shareholders, with the ability to potentially offload or sell an interest in some of our exploration assets. The project's located about 120 kilometres southeast of Mount Magnet. Actually, Penny West Gold Mine sits about 20 kilometres south of us. Ramelius, actually, haul trucks go between our camp and our operation. So when we have a look at this area, there's a lot of infrastructure in place, and this is a belt scale style resource. We have a strong shareholder base. Hawke's Point are a 10% shareholder. They've been a fantastic supporter of the company and continue to support the company. They have a lot of technical expertise also that we are able to leverage off to help advance our knowledge of the project. The board and management have experience in taking operations through the feasibility process, through the funding process, and getting operations into production. The resource is 2.3 million ounces of gold at 4.4 grams a tonne. Importantly, the underground indicated resource is 2.5 million tonnes at 6.1 grams a tonne for 1.1 million ounces. This is a significant resource. This will provide a long life asset as a potential underground mine. We've significantly improved the confidence in this resource. We've been drilling out the indicated component, with our target was to convert around 200,000 to 300,000 ounces. From the underground component of the resource, we actually converted 360,000 ounces. That shows when we drill this resource, we will grow it, and we will improve our understanding, and we'll continue to advance this project as we move forward. If we look against our peers and companies with that sort of sub 200 mil market cap, a lot of our competitors within this space, our grade stands out 50% higher than most of our peers. This is a high-grade gold development. It has scale. It has 2.3 million ounces. This will be a mine. And when we look at the ounces per vertical metre, we're talking 4,000 ounces of vertical metre at this operation. That starts dropping off below 400 metres as soon as the drilling density falls off. We know that as soon as we drill, and some of the holes that we've got, the deepest holes that we've got drilled to date at this project, still run at 16 grams a tonne plus. The deepest hole in main lode is drilled about 950 metres below surface and runs 16 metres at 16. The deepest hole we drilled at Link was about 450, 500 metres below surface, and that ran 22 metres at 12. This is a significant resource, and now that we understand the structural architecture of the region, we have been able to develop an exploration target to further advance this. The pre-feasibility study will look at advancing this project through into production. The idea will be is we'll go through a mine planning process now. We'll out for RFQs. We've spoken to a few contractors already at the conference who are bidding on the project. The idea is we'll get that pre-feasibility study done and complete in June, and we'll further look to advance the project from then on. The exploration strategy has been simple. First, we need to consolidate the asset and get 100% ownership, and we did that last year. We then had a look at some near mine opportunities which really turned up, some highly prospective areas of Midway and Paddy's, and provided potential for significant growth at the resource. We then had a look at some of the regional areas in around Currans Find and the like, and we've had some really good exploration results out of there as well, highlighting the potential for future discoveries along that 60 kilometres of gold belt. And understanding, as I said, that structural architecture of the UME district, we know that we have these east-west faults offsetting the main lode mineralisation, and there's about 6 mineralised lodes within that UME shear zone. Now, when previous drilling has indicated that potentially mineralisation had been cut off by the faulting, we know that it's been shifted probably 20 or 30 metres. We've drilled deeper and we've intersected high-grade mineralisation on the other side of those faults. What that's now given us the ability to do is highlight the exploration target in this area. Now, if I look at the top 400 metres of the project, of that 1 to 1.8 million ounces, there's probably about 1 million ounces in that top 300 to 400 metres. They are low discovery cost ounces that we can look to further grow the project and further grow the production profile as we move forward. The Link and the main lode. This is a great comparison to see the drilling potential at the project and see the potential for expansion. You will see main lode previously mined down to about sort of 600 metres. The resource goes down to about 800 metres. The depth of drilling sits around here. So we have a look at Link. Link, so far, previous operations only mined really high up in their ore body and didn't actually complete any stoping. They moved out due to low gold prices in the mid-1990s. Here now we have the ability, we've expanded the resource all the way out to around sort of 500 metres below surface. Our exploration target sits a bit over 600 metres below surface, and the deepest drilling, as I said previously, on the main lode sits 900 metres below surface. We know when we have the structure, we know when we have the correct geology, that we get high-grade mineralisation here. So I've got no doubt as we continue to expand and we enter into operations that this mine won't have a 7 to 8 year mine life. This will be going for 10 years plus. We have a number of near mine discoveries at Midway and Paddy's. Now, again, understanding that some of these mineralisation was previously offset to the south, there wasn't a lot of drilling. There was drilling along strike from the known gold resource, but there wasn't a lot of drilling further out to the east. Now, these fault offsets have shifted the mineralisation up to 100, maybe even 200 metres further to the east. That's where we hit Paddy's lode initially. We've expanded that out so far. We've got it defined over about a 200 metre strike. Mineralisation probably starts about 150 metres below surface. So this will be a fantastic opportunity for a future underground drive as well. It is close to existing development. With our pre-feasibility study we're working on now, it probably sits about 100 metres from a proposed decline that we're putting in. Midway sits out in a hanging wall, looks to be a linking structure between two shear zones that run between Bunker and UME. A lot isn't understood about these linking structures, and as we've continued to build out in around Midway, it is turning into quite a defined high-grade zone that's probably running similar again. We've defined it over about 150, 200 metre strike over mineralisation probably starting at 150 metres below surface. So what we are finding here at UME is once we've moved off the granite contact on the main UME shear zone, the high-grade mineralisation tends to start a lot deeper. And as we continue to drill and understand this ore body, we'll continue to make more discoveries. Cones, we had some good drilling here last year. We found, this is just north of Ramelius Penny West operation. There's a number of east-west style trending mineralised features. The interesting thing to us is we want to have a look at potentially finding the source material on the north-south structures running in between here. There's a lot of work happening to try to understand this system, and we'll continue to look to drill and follow this up because it is, some of those grades are just immaculate, running 3 metre widths at sort of 30 grams a tonne. Something that sort of come across our desk late last year, we had a joint venture partner, Venus Metals. They defined a really high-grade lithium anomaly and took a whole heap of rock chips and got about 4.5% lithium. We've got the gold rights for the underlying tenure. They have the sort of lithium and other mineral rights. We've got a tenement to the south where we have 100% ownership of all rights. We then thought, well, we're not drilling. Geo's got a bit of time on their hands. We've gone into the field, completed a whole heap of mapping and soil sampling just before Christmas. And that's turned up quite a significant lithium anomaly. What we have there at the moment is about 12 to 13 Ks of tenure that displays quite high-grade lithium anomalism in soils. Whilst we're not drilling at present, we are going out there on the field and we've just got the boots on the ground, doing more mapping, more soil sampling, infill rock chip assays, and really trying to define what the potential of that lithium anomaly is. That has the potential, as I said before, of allowing us to help fund this project and continue to move it forward. Similarly at Mount Fisher and Mount Eureka, as I said, we released the geophysics here yesterday, highlighting that along strike from some what are known gold resources and pretty high-grade gold resources, that there is a significant potential to expand those and to effectively have greenfields targets. This is an exceptional exploration opportunity. When you've got 2.3 million ounces of gold at 4.4 grams a tonne at UME though, it makes it hard to justify significant exploration spend to advance this. We are actively seeking potential to offload the asset and be able to use that to fund efforts here at UME. So why invest in rocks? And I guess like most other gold developers here at the conference, everyone has had quite a tough time in the market over the last 3-6 months. Gold price is at record highs. We are seeing a number of mid-tier miners churning out millions and millions and millions of dollars of cash every month. We are seeing M&A activity starting to hot up in the sector as well. The junior gold sector is probably the most undervalued it's been in the last 10 years. There is the potential for investors to make a lot of money following good projects, and when you have 2.3 million ounces at 4.5 grams, it is one of the highest grade projects available at this end of the market. We've got a number of near mine discoveries that we'll need to look to continue to advance the project. We'll push this towards pre-feasibility study and we'll show the true value that this project will have at these record gold prices. Thank you for your time.